We've already spent some time in Always Be Shipping discussing Twitter, and in particular, we've talked about using Twitter in our daily curation workflow and integrating Twitter and Facebook so that all of your Facebook posts are automatically piped into your Twitter account. So this video is going to be fairly short, but I wanted to take a few minutes to specifically focus on using Twitter from your mobile device so that you can post to it and interact with it at any time. So just like Facebook, you've got a couple of options here. The first is the basic Twitter app, and here's a look at how it shows up on my iPhone. You can do all the regular stuff using the app, like browse your own feed of what other people are saying. That's what you're looking at here on my screen. You can retweet posts that you see. You can quote tweets, and of course you can compose and send your own tweets via the little compose link in the upper right. You can look at the ats that have been sent to you with the @ button on the bottom, look at your direct messages, run searches, all those things. Now, I'm sure you know that whether you're using an Android or an iPhone, there's quite a few different Twitter apps to choose from, aside from the default Twitter app made by Twitter themselves, which is what you're seeing here. This is the default Twitter app. So how do you pick which one to use? I don't really recommend putting a lot of thought and time into that process. For me, I just use the standard free app from Twitter. It does everything that I need it to do, and I'm not missing anything. So why would I go through the time and energy of finding, a quote, better one if this basic one does the job for me? That being said, if there is a feature that you're missing, then of course go and seek it out in another app. Ed likes Tweetbot specifically because it has some functionality around Twitter lists that this default Twitter app that you're looking at on the screen is missing. That was important to him, so he's found a product that fits his needs. Now for me, that's not so important, so I'm completely productive and it's completely useful for me to just use the standard Twitter client. It's reminiscent, this whole concept that we're talking about, of the name of this course, which is Always Be Shipping, of course. Spending days reviewing Twitter apps to determine which one is perfect for you, that's not shipping, unless you happen to have a Twitter app review blog. So pick one app, and I suggest that you just start with the default one from Twitter, and if there are gaping holes in your workflow, something that you're missing, then of course find something that better suits your needs. But keep in mind, you're not shipping until you're using a Twitter app. Researching one doesn't count. So, like Facebook, if your mobile device doesn't have app support, I'm sure that it's got texting, and you can update your Twitter feed via text message as well. So to get it set up, you go to your Twitter settings page and then click on the mobile tab, which is what you're seeing here on your screen. You'll get to a screen like this, and it'll be asking you to input your mobile number. I've obviously blanked out mine. So you enter in your mobile number and then send a text to 40404 with the code word that they give you, and you'll then be able to post to your Twitter account at any time by sending a text to 40404. It's probably a good idea to turn off the text notifications while you're on this screen as well. Those settings are right below, and I don't want my mobile device pinging every time somebody sends me an @ message or updates in my feed, so I've turned those off, and you can do that as well here. Now let's take a look at some of the types of content that you can put on Twitter. We'll take a look again at some recent posts from Ed and I. So here's my Twitter feed, and there's a retweet. I spent some time here replying to people who took the time out of their day to answer a question that I'd asked. So that's one of the main things that I do with Twitter and from the Twitter app on the iPhone is reply to people, so that, if somebody spends the time to reply to me, I reply to them back in some fashion. This used to be not really the best way to handle your Twitter feed because of the way that posts were displayed in the feed. It could add a lot of noise, but now nobody will see these replies except for those people that I replied to, or if a person is following both me and that person that I replied to, then they will see the tweet. But they will not see the tweet, just my regular followers who are following me but are not following these people that I'm replying to. So it doesn't clutter up your feed like it used to have discussions like this. And I think that that's nice in that I'm able to participate with the community more and have more discussions with folks than I once was able to because of the ways that the tweets used to be displayed. So here's a retweet, and instead of just straight retweeting it like I did this one at the top, I actually added my own comment to this one, so that's a retweet. Here is a post that I thought was interesting, and so I sent it out to my Twitter followers. And then this was a post that I composed this morning about a podcast that I had done and that came out. Again, some more replies to people. Question to my followers, inviting discussion and commentary and people's opinions. Another retweet. More discussion. More discussion. So as you can see, Twitter is a really great opportunity to have conversations with folks in your marketplace, and I've been using it more and more for that since they've made the changes to the way that the feeds are displayed. It, of course, is going to also be where your curation type of work will go, and anything that you put on your Facebook page will go as well through to your Twitter feed. So now let's take a look at what Ed's doing here. He's got some replies. He's got a retweet. He's got a retweet, more conversation, and some quotes, conversation. Now here Ed's interacting with some other folks that may or may not be actually replies to something that they said to him, but other people in the marketplace whose work he's looking at or interested in, and he's reaching out to them and, you know, appreciating their work and saying, hey, you know, I like what you did. So that's another way that you can use Twitter and work with your Twitter feed, is to reach out to folks that you wouldn't normally have the opportunity to have a conversation with. And more conversation, again, he's doing lots more of that than he once was able to, just like me, participating with the community. And again, Twitter is... it's more of a broadcast medium than it used to be, in that the conversation isn't as prevalent as it used to be, but it still is a great opportunity to converse with people who you wouldn't otherwise have known, to receive replies from other people that you wouldn't otherwise know of, and just kind of get to know the marketplace, both people that you want to get to know and people that want to get to know you. So this should give you a pretty good idea of how you can access Twitter while you're out and about, as well as the best kinds of content to create for Twitter, again, because you want to keep an active leadership role in the marketplace from day to day.